Happy Sunday! We are starting our cookie baking. Got to start on that. I have about 6 recipes that I'm going to make. A couple of them I've already made before. The recipes are on the channel. A few other new recipes that I want to try. So, Cassie's been helping me. She started off with making the peanut butter kiss cookies. And then we'll be making M&M cookies. Here we are! Making some peanut butter kiss cookies. Cassie's helping. Woohoo! Listening to her Frank Sinatra. Having some fun. I've got my cookie cooling area set up, and then I pulled out all of my sprinkles. So these are all the things that we have to work with for decorating our cookies, using with our cookies or whatever. Cassie nicely took the wrappers off the kisses yesterday, so we are good to go for that. Here's our first batch of cookies done. These are the colors that Cassie went with. And a black, a light blue, and a dark blue. They're so pretty. Alright, kiss cookies are done. I've got one really small one, so time to taste test. And then we got Miss Cassie starting to work on the M&M cookies. Woo! Such a good helper. That's good. I figured I'd at least try one. They're the best when the kisses are warm. I have the other ones in the garage cooling right now, so that I can pack them in a container. But, anyways, like I said, figured I'd eat at least one. Happy Monday! Making Christmas cookies. Cassie and I made 2 batches yesterday, and then today I'm on my second batch here, which will be the end. I am pooped. But this is what I'm making today. It's supposed to be just a half coated chocolate chip cookie with some sprinkles, make it look festive. But of course I see faces and everything. So this one, after I put sprinkles on it, it reminded me of the cartoon show, the Boobas. Boobas? B-A-H? I don't remember. I'd have to look it up. But anyways, you guys remember that show? Did your kids watch it? Obviously, I didn't watch it as a kid. My kids watched it. But that's what that reminded me of. Granted, I've seen faces in some of the other cookies I've made too already, so it's been fun. The sun is shining today. It's 35 degrees out. I haven't had a walk in over a week, so I think I'm gonna get out there. But because the sun happened to be kind of at the right angle, shining in the house, and it's like, oh, the door is nice and warm. And then the sun shining in is like nice and warm when you stand in it. I have a little bit on the floor yet. I'm thinking maybe I should do some of my Christmas cards. I just need to stuff my letter in the envelopes. I can sit in the sun and do that. I used to do that at home. The house we had where our picture window was, our living room, the sun would always shine in there, and I would lay in the sun on the floor, sometimes take a nap. I just fall asleep because it was so comfy warm. But I'm like, ooh, I'm enjoying the sunshine. So seeing as it's already moved a bunch, maybe I will spend like 10 minutes in the sun and then go take my walk. I just have a little sliver of sun left. The whole floor here was filled in sun, and not so much anymore. But the door is like, oh, even the door's not as warm as it used to be. Man, I put my hand on the door. It was like, whoa. But the sun is melting some of the snow on that too, so I want to check out the back of the garages also and see where we're at, if we got more icicles forming or what's all melting out there. All right, sun has moved. I got a good 20 minutes in or so. Got a few cards written out. So it's a good start. Well, even since I showed out here this morning, all the snow has melted that was on my little half wall here, and I heard a clunk out here before, and I could see the really big long icicle that was up there fell, and I see that's down on the ground. It's all broken in pieces, so we got melting going on. Well, the garages still have ice on them, no icicles hanging, but the snow is still pretty deep, and it doesn't look like it's melted too much on top of the roof there. Slowly but surely. We'll see how this is going to go. Maybe I'll just pour some salt down here tonight, but for now it's just wetness, no ice, so that's good. 36 degrees out today and sunny. So that's very nice. Tomorrow is supposed to be, I think, 34. And then, good Lord, what day is today? Tuesday. So I think they said Thursday we're supposed to have like 41 and rain. So again, hopefully that'll help some of the snow melt a little bit. And it won't be so bad out here. So far the path isn't looking too bad. I know my one neighbor told me, if you're taking a walk, be careful because the path is icy. So there were spots, but I can see where a little bit here. But anyways, again, with having the sun, it'll help melt it. And it's windy. Oh, this is so nice to be out. I didn't walk it all last week because we had the below zero temperatures and minus 30 wind chills, and and then through the weekend obviously we're busy, and then I've started baking cookies, so I had Cassie help me on Sunday. By the time I keep thinking about, oh, maybe I could get out there for a walk, it's like 4:30 and then it's dark out. So I'm like, well, okay, that's not happening. So today I figured, well, all right, I've got a little bit of time that I won't make time to take a walk. So that's good. Yesterday I made 2 cookie recipes. Today I've had 2 to go. But I figured, you know, I'm just going to make one because I was really pooped by the end of the day yesterday. And the one dough I was making today is supposed to be refrigerated for 3 hours. So I figured, okay, while it's being refrigerated, I would work on my Christmas cards. Like I said, the letters are printed. I just need to fold them up and put them on the cards in the envelopes. I got the stamps on. I didn't do that part. I addressed the envelopes, but anyway, so yeah, I got to start to that. I also have dishes to do. So by the time I get back, I might have time to do dishes. Otherwise, I'm just going to bake the cookies and then just do all the dishes at once to clean up. Because again, all the baking and that's not too bad and it's fun and you're like, yay, but then by the time you're done, you're pooped. And it's like, oh, I got dishes to do. I still got to clean up. But today, because there too, I also haven't been exercising because I've been busy with the other stuff, which again is usually how December goes for me. So today I thought, oh, at least I'm getting a walk in. It's warm out, warmest day of the week, warmest day it's been, maybe even this month. I saw some stats yesterday about how, again, this winter has started off I don't know, more so than other Decembers. Like we've had more snow, we've had more colder days, things like that. I'll put that little graph in. But yep, so to have a sunny, warmer day like this today, I'm going to appreciate it. Yeah, I'll take time to appreciate it and get this walk in. All right, hoop-de-doo, 6 p.m. Dishes are done. 1 batch of cookies today, and I'm still pooped, just like last night. And last night I finished probably a little, well, I think I finished by 6:30 because then we had dinner. And I thought, yeah, it's kind of my normal time of having dinner, 6:30, 7 o'clock, but I hadn't really eaten at all yesterday. Today I made sure I had breakfast. I had my couple scrambled eggs and toast. So I did pretty well, but I'm hungry because now it's dinner time because I didn't have lunch. But anyways, kind of funny keeping myself occupied that doing dishes, and I'm like, oh, let's just kind of like sing some Christmas songs. I don't think early enough that I could have put my phone out, put some on, but you know, I only know like probably the main chorus of most of the songs. So I sang that, and then I decided, let's make up some words. So, you know, I sing the tune, and I was just making up words like, I don't know the words to this song. So, you know, do you guys do that? Do you just make up words while you're singing songs? I mean, granted, there are songs that you sing and you don't know what word they're singing and you make up a word. But I mean, for me, I was just making up whole phrases, whole paragraphs. Like, why not? Have a little fun. Make myself laugh. Anyways, then there are some songs that I just like, I can't sing. You know, a lot of Christmas songs. I think a lot. Then again, I was thinking like, what? Like a Silent Night. I started to kind of try to sing Silent Night, and then, you know, I start tearing up and cry. I'm like, okay, I don't want to do that. I have makeup on. I don't want it to run. Granted, I'm done pretty much filming for the day, but even still, I'm like, yeah. I know there were a couple of them. I know there are times like when the radio was on or something I would sing, or back in the day when we had records. We put records on and I would be singing to the songs as we were doing whatever, cleaning the house, setting the table, getting ready for company. I don't remember so much as, you know, when I was a kid, teenager, that stuff would be happening, that I would, you know, would make me cry, that I would think about that. But as an adult, I know years ago, I had that happen where I was I was tearing up and whatever. I'm like, what is it really? And I think, how do choirs do it? How do choirs, even regular bands and all that, when they have sad songs, I'm like, how do you sing and not cry? Even though you sing them 100 times. I've sang these songs, and yet I still do. I still tear up and cry. And I'm like, oh, goodness. So, I either just listen to them, or, it's just a time when I can. By myself, nothing going on, and I could cry, there we go. But, so do you cry over any Christmas songs? Do you like to sing them? Are you singing in a choir? I haven't sang in a choir. I don't know if I ever really sang in a choir. I used to sing at church. That's when I would sing. Otherwise, singing in the car, that's my time. When I'm at home, there's too much going on. I don't really have music playing and singing. So it's kind of funny. I don't have Spotify, so I didn't do the Spotify Wrapped. But YouTube gave me a Wrapped. And so there were a couple bands that I listened to, and I thought, too, a lot of the K-pop. So TXT, my number one. And so it had on there, TXT is the one you listen to, and then a couple of, and Cassie's two other favorite bands. The Boy Next Door and Extraordinary Heroes, who we went to see at Lollapalooza. Because she would recommend me songs. Here, Mom, listen, especially because we're going to Lollapalooza, so I was supposed to know the boys' names. I had to learn them. And so then I was watching a bunch of their videos. So it came up, these are groups you like. And I'm like, okay. And yes, I like the K-pop songs, and I like their tonality to the song and all that. But I can't sing to them, except for like the English parts, or I make up the words as I'm going. I make up my Korean sounds. But kind of funny with thinking about that. So I think some of it too, some of it with the, the English speaking songs. There are some that the tonality of the song, the musicality of it or whatever, that there's certain tones that just get to me, and they just make me cry. So I just find that interesting. I was thinking I was going to sit back and relax, but then I realized, I'm going to have dinner. I'll make dinner. I have leftover egg rolls in the fridge, but they're cabbage egg rolls. They're vegetable, does a lot of cabbage. So I can only eat one of those to make sure I don't get a blockage. And then I thought, I have leftover salad. Leftover little salad. A salad that I made. Still needs to be eaten. So I'll just do that and make that. Get my chicken in there and add my extra ingredients. Wayne's on his way. He just messaged that there's accidents on the expressway, so we're running late. So that's okay. But I'm like, kick back my shoes and relax. And then I was like, no. And not yet. Gotta go over to my mom's yet. Do my daily, nightly thing there. And then I can sit back and relax. One more day of baking cookies. And then I'll be done, which will be good. Because although I love doing this, it's like, it's tiring. All right, we are 9 p.m. on Tuesday. The snowman has fallen. I thought I was going to wait till Thursday when it rained, but I've gone to Mom's and it was fine. I come back from Mom's and he's fallen over. I think I found a place I could set my phone, that I could have you in the bathroom with me. Although I'm pretty much all done now, but keep thinking like, I could do a little like get ready with me type of video. Except one in the bathroom. Coloring may be off, although with my phone it might be better than with my other camera. The other camera, it's more yellow. I don't spend a lot of time on doing my makeup. It's like boom, 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 done. I'm, done within 5 minutes, so. Of course, it'll take you long for the hardest part, doing the mascara. Of which I always seem to get some on my eyes. On the eyelids. Even though I just do the under part, it still goes on the top of my eyes. Anyways, it is Thursday. And I finished my cookie baking yesterday. And so last night, Cassie and I packed up some boxes and containers for what she wanted to take in. She wanted to share with some people. And then I mentioned the mailman this morning of, I want to pack up a little, usually I just do a little quart-sized baggie with some cookies for the mailman. And she was like, do we have extra cookies? Could I do my mailman at work? Because they usually have the same mailman and a couple delivery people, and she knows them by name. And so I told her, sure. Yep, I have a few. In fact, I had 2 Christmas quart-sized baggies left. So she got those. She needed a third one. So I had a regular quart-sized baggie, and I had some Christmas stickers. So I put a couple stickers on there. And I thought, okay, that's what I have to do for my mail, because now I'm out of Christmas baggies. But seeing as I did have enough cookies, I didn't make a lot this year. I think I mentioned that. I only did 6 batches as opposed to my usual like 13. So instead of giving individual containers, boxes, bags, whatever to my guys, my mechanics, I just have one big box that I put a bunch of cookies in, so they'll just have to share this year. But I'm wearing my cute blue sweatshirt. I gotta put my earrings on yet, but yeah, I love this sweatshirt, except the sleeves are too tight. I cannot pull up my sleeves, and that is just annoying to me. I like having my sleeves up, so when I'm washing my hands or anything, I don't want the sleeves to get wet. When I'm washing my face and water, I don't want my sleeves wet. If I get too warm, I want to pull up my sleeves. And this just sweatshirt, I keep thinking, like, oh, as I wash it, as I wear it, it'll stretch out. No, that hasn't happened yet. So although I really love it, it's really cute, it's also annoying. Do you have clothes like that? You have something that you really like, but then don't. Then there are clothes that I really like, and I'm like, oh, I'd like more of those. But of course, then you can't find them. You don't have that size, don't have that brand. Brands change. Oh, like my daughter trying to find ASIC shoes right now. She can't find the shoes that she likes. I don't even know if they make like that style or they don't have her size. But I think even the brand, like I used to be able to find those in the stores. Can't find them in the stores anymore. Last I looked online, I think one of the times I went to order her shoes, or maybe Mandy, it was like, oh, they're back ordered. We'll let you know when they're in. Well, 3 months later, like, we need shoes. I can't wait anymore. So I went and bought something else. And as far as that, like that color of shoe, like, just like, never came back in stock. And in any case, I'm gonna go find some jewelry. All right, here's what I have left over after packing up the boxes. I have some of the chocolate chip with sprinkles on them, peanut butter kiss with the dark sprinkles, and then with dark blue and light blue, regular M&M cookies, chocolate crinkle cookies, kitchen sink cookies. They turned out really well. First time I've made those this year. In fact, first time I've made a couple of these. Cassie wanted that one. She loves it. Wayne had it last night. He thought it was awesome. Then I have a cranberry orange white chocolate chip cookie. Here I put some stickers on the baggie for the mailman. And a couple other containers. Here will be for my service guys, my mechanics. I've got it all packed up. So we're good to go. I had the most of the kitchen sink cookie left because the batter only made 40 cookies. And I knew I wanted more than that. Plus that was a cookie that Cassie really wanted to try, and I figured, well, if she really likes it, it would be nice to have extra in the house. So I'm sure we have a couple more ones to package up. I'll probably package a few up for Wayne for work. And like I said, there's always usually a couple more that we think of that, oh yeah, this person. And then we get to eat the leftovers. So I'm always good about that. I don't eat really any of the cookies. I, tried one while making my videos, but then I usually save them, knowing that they're to be packaged up and given away. And that's okay, because I don't eat a whole lot of cookies. But when they have the leftovers, then it's like, okay, now it's a free-for-all. Now we can eat. So do you guys give away cookies? Do you package them up, give them away to your friends, to special workers, like your mailman, things like that? Office staff? Oh, it's fun. It's fun to do. But again, it's a lot of work. So next year, again, I think if I know I'm going to do this, I'm going to make sure that I start early so that I'm not kind of not stressing out too much, working hard. Although granted, the one day when I did go till late at night, I was going from morning till night. I slept the best that night. I went to bed, and the next thing I knew, I was waking up in the morning. It was like I didn't have any tossing and turning, no waking up in the middle of the night. I know that. And then the next night, I went to bed, and again, then I'm laying there, and I'm tossing and turning and tossing and turning and waking up during the night, and I'm like, oh, can I not have a night like the night before this? I'm like, do I really have to work myself to be so exhausted that I actually can just sleep through the night? Back to when I was, younger. But we'll see. As I said, it's fun. Oh yeah, so on the way to my mechanics. Oh yeah, to deliver cookies, and it's like A couple of years ago, I wasn't doing this because I couldn't. So I'm just, again, it just hit me, grateful to be alive, grateful to still be here, and grateful that I can take cookies. Oh, I did not think that this was going to hit me like this. I kind of had a feeling here and there. I've had thoughts of, again, it's Christmas and I'm able to celebrate Christmas, whereas again 2 years ago I was on the couch, and again don't think it would make that much of a difference until the time comes and it's happening, and then it hits me. I would think that it's done and over with. It's kind of like it's in the past, it happened, but now we're moving on, we're back to living. But I guess, as they say, once you go through something that really makes a difference, you don't know sometimes what people are going through until you go through it yourself. So, anyways, this is a bumpy road, so I will stop recording, but that just surprised me. Cookies are delivered. I actually didn't cry. Yay! I thought for sure I would. Just explaining to them, hey, you get cookies this year. It's like a couple of years ago I couldn't do that, but I'm still alive. This year I can. So, yay! Life is good. Alright, we're going to Frankie's again. I saw a cute candle in here that I wanted to get, and I think I'm going to look at some books. Alright, I finished shopping at Frankie's. I found a couple items that I wanted there. They had lots of cute stuff though, too. It's like, ooh, who would need this or who should I let know? Some of these cute items. Found a really cute plate that was like, oh, I could give that to Randy, but I'm like, does she really need another, little like plate just for decorative type of around, so But anyways, on to Target now. And there's a couple items that I want to get here, like a bag of candy and element for Wayne. And then we'll see what else we see. Well, okay. I was going to show you something cute on the shelf, and the power just went out at Target. They're waiting for the generator to kick in. It hasn't kicked in yet. So, that's interesting. I've never had this happen before. Anyways, I'm seeing these. I thought, oh, egg rolls. I like egg rolls. But these look like cookies, so they're calling egg rolls. So that one's coconut. And then they have a peach one. That one looks more like Hello Kitty, but they're both the same company. The generator is on. It's a little bit light up here by the registers, but the store looks dark. It's funny, yeah, the power outage, but yet the radio's working. I was hoping to find a big bag of minis. And oh, maybe here they are. It could have been dark. I thought this was it, but these are. You can tell or not. Kit Kats has a new design out of their food, and Reese's has these. So the trees and I think a Santa. But I did find this is what I wanted, this bag of these. Because I wanted it to be kind of Christmassy. So we'll get this one. This is interesting, trying to find things in the dark, especially when I'm not sure exactly which aisle I need to be in. I know at the Target in Menominee Falls, where they have what I need, but I found the area here, but they didn't have the item I wanted because their power is out and they don't know how long it's going to be out. They're wrapping up all the coolers so nobody can go into them. And they said self-serve registers aren't working. In fact, as far as registers go, they had everybody move to the front line of registers because the back lines aren't on generators, only the front line's on generators. And they have a Starbucks here, and they closed down the Starbucks. So I don't know whether any of their machines can work or not. But very interesting. Well, that was an experience. Didn't know I would need a flashlight to go shopping. Yeah. Never been in a store before that the power went out. Glad it happened when I was first coming in, so I was still near the doors and still had light and I could kind of hear what was going on up front, so I had a clue of, yeah, power's going out, generator should be kicking in, and then it did kick in, and I guess I was surprised, it would make sense that backup power is only going to be partial power and not the full store being on. So I'm like, okay, yeah, there are lights on, but whew, I think it's starting to rain. I just made it back to the car in time. Yeah, it's only partial lights on. So, light enough. Obviously, people were still shopping. They weren't being scared. Then I saw a couple of people come out of the bathroom, and I'm like, oh my goodness, can you imagine being on the toilet and the light goes out? You're like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Can I see? But yeah, I did hear somebody else came in the store right around there too and said, are you still open? What's going on? And they were like, yeah, lost powers, but the only thing you probably can't get right now would be anything in coolers. Which would make sense because again, they don't know when the power is going to come back on, so they need to keep everything cold so it doesn't spoil. So they had a couple of people in the food area were wrapping up. The head person I was calling, a couple other people up for cashiers. She went over to the Starbucks area that I said, that it closed down, and asked those people to go hop on a register. So they had all the front registers open then, which was very nice. I thought self-serve wasn't working, but then when I was leaving, I saw somebody at the self-serve cashier register, and it seemed to be working. But it's okay. With having all those cashiers up there, there was nobody in line at one of them, so I got right in and out. So that's good. And I told her, I'm like, oh my gosh, what an experience. And she said, yeah, it went out the day before Thanksgiving. And I'm like, oh, well, okay. I know they're doing construction down the road here. In reality, now that I think about it, though, this is a little further down. I was thinking where Meyer is. It's just down from them. So, I don't know. I said, the stoplights are still working. Because I said, too, I'm like, if you're out, Home Depot's probably out. And she said, yeah, I was going to go there and grab a shovel. I still haven't replaced the one that, it's still okay. It hasn't broken yet, but I thought, well, it's the same. I want to replace it, but it's one of those things that'll be kept in my mind until I can do it. But I'm like, I don't want to try to navigate that store with lights out too, even though shovels should be up front, but I could go to Menards by me, do that. But in any case, yeah, I guess it's just time to make my way home and putz around, do some stuff around there. I always got plenty to do. Yeah, have you ever been in a store that the power's gone out in? Been in that situation? Here's what the candy bag looks like in the light. Well, you can kind of actually see. So it's got the Hershey's, the Kiss, peanut butter cups, and Rolos. So a little bit of something. In case one person doesn't like one thing, they'll like the other. They didn't actually have they usually like the Hershey's miniatures of just that. Like with the Hershey's, the dark chocolate, the Mr. Goodbar and Crackle. I didn't see a Christmas mix of that. But that's okay. I like this one better. At least, again, there's choices. There is a peanut butter one in there, but it's not all peanut butter. Whereas, the other one, too, it was the peanut butter Santa and Kit Kat. No, the peanut butter tree and the Kit Kat Santa. So, kind of neat that Kit Kat finally came out with a design. Because the peanut butter trees have been out for a long time. But, that's, it's peanut butter and it's Kit Kat, but this one has more choices to it. So, I figured this one would be better. But anyways, yeah, so here at Hunt Management, like I said, that's our management company that does our place. Give them a little thank you, because I'm sure they're the middleman, like I said, for us and all that it's kind of like, yeah, they probably have to deal with lots of complaints. At least they're a central point that they know a lot of people and all that too, so when something comes up, like when I had the bees that were in my wall, I could call them and they got that taken care of right away. And sometimes like when we have our garage lights out or our main address pole lights out and stuff like that, I can call, and same thing gets taken care of fairly quickly. The ice thing, yeah. But then again, like I said, that kind of gets back to our association, and they've got to make decisions too. So that's about it. At least we have these people that we can go through, because yeah, it's a good thing. With all this rain, there's the last of my snowman, and these are all the leaves in the yard. I was going to shovel a path from here to there, so Cassie would have a clear path to the door. Wouldn't have to walk around, but it's clear now. It's all leaves. Walking by, and I see, one of the snowman's arms, and I'm like, jeepers, where's the other arm? I can't see it. I can't find it. And then I'm thinking, wait, there's two sticks here. So his one arm from the one side is there, and then from the other side, the way the snowman fell and all that, it's right there too. So the roof is mostly melted, but there's still lots of ice in the rain gutter. So I was thinking I would roof rake if need be, but roof raking isn't going to do anything because there's not much snow. That's all ice. I'm glad I brought in the hat and scarf yesterday so it didn't get soaking wet with this rain. So yeah, I brought everything in last night, froze my hands, but there were ice chunks stuck to both the hat and the scarf. So I put them in a bucket by the sink, let it melt, which it pretty much did by morning. I thought there'd be more water in there, but there still seemed to be maybe a little bit on the hat, but it seemed okay. But I thought, okay, put it by the heat register and it will dry up. And then with the scarf, I left that in the sink to drip a little bit more because it was still kind of wet. And now I thought, okay, it was dry enough, still damp. So I'm like, all right, put it by the heat register. And then that can kind of dry out also. So it's kind of what we do in the winter. We're playing the snow and we have wet mittens or whatever. Then we put them by the register and they dry out. I'll have to look up and see if I can see any reason for why Target had the power outage. As I was thinking about it, as I got home here, I thought, when I was working at Kinko's, we had a power outage because I remember that the registers weren't working and we just added stuff up by hand for the people and made change that way. And we wrote down what the transactions were so that when the power went back on, then we rang through the transactions so they'd be in the register. But I don't recall why we had the power outage. Again, if it was, I think somebody struck a power box and that's why it happened. So thinking that I haven't actually been shopping in a store when something went down, but I actually was working one day when that happened. So funny, long time ago. Now my orchid plant has buds on it. I did keep turning it so that it was going to be facing the light. So as it was bending, I would turn it around. So I have turned it a while ago, but it's not growing towards the light right now. It's just facing this way. You can see it through my jungle of other plants. So it will be interesting to see when it starts blooming. But the base buds here are getting a little bigger. So I'm thinking it should be shortly. Happy Friday! Oh, a day at home. I debated about running errands, and then I thought, I'm just gonna stay home. I got stuff to do. So I edited a video, got that still processing. So the video just uploaded to YouTube, but I still have to put my thumbnail on there and the recipe and work on that. So yeah, I edited the video today, and then while it was processing and then uploading, I was wrapping presents. So trying to make use of my time. I also washed my garbage can from by my desk. Woo, exciting things. Haven't done that in years, but I have a clean one. I found a garbage bag that actually fits in there. So now I have that. So it won't get too dirty, but at least we're starting. I probably can't see under the tree. I was like, oh wait, I have to be careful of where I'm putting presents because the tree's going to turn and the branches will hit the presents. And I'm like, oh wait, the tree's not turning anymore. So I still have to figure out what I'm doing with that. But tonight is also Cassie's Christmas party, so she will be heading out to that. So I helped her. That's what started the whole wrapping thing. We wrapped her present for her person she had for Secret Santa. Got that all good to go. She did get what she needed in the mail again, and it came good this time. It didn't break. So that's awesome. So she's excited about handing that out and seeing the reaction, and should be a good time. It always is. Every year they have a very nice party out at a nice restaurant. Eat some good food, lots of laughs, good times. So anyways, I'm gonna go work on that video now. Oh yeah, also good news. I took a shower and changed my bag today and everything was looking good. No sore spots, no blood, didn't have to use stoma powder. I could just go right ahead and get the bag all changed up. So, woo, super happy about that. Because even last time I changed it, even though it was good, there was still just a little bit of a sore area. But finally I'm back to a super good big bag change. So happy about that. Yay. Ooh, coming back from Mom's. Not too bad out here tonight. It was cold this morning. Wayne posted that it was about 7 degrees with a -8 wind chill. Thought it was really windy this morning. Yesterday it had rained all morning, so it melted a whole lot of our snow. So we don't have a lot. We probably won't have a white Christmas, but it had rained all day, and then they were talking about at nighttime it was going to get really cold, and we were supposed to have a flash freeze, and it was also supposed to start snowing at like 5. So of course drive time home. But Wayne came home and said it was fine. By the time Cassie got home, she said it was fine. So that was good. It was like, okay, but again, it's probably really cold out there. It's probably like a sheet of ice. And again, I have to walk to Mom's every day. So see how this goes. And as I was leaving the house, I thought, hey, there's pink snow or pink salt at the end of my sidewalk. I'm like, Cassie's like, well, that wasn't there when I came in the house. I'm like, interesting that they just salted. I'm like, maybe this was from the thing I mentioned to our management company. And they're finally taking care of it. So they're salting my place. But then I walked to Mom's and the whole drive had been salted. So they came here and they salted the complex and all that, which was so nice. So it wasn't slippery whatsoever to go by my Mom's. And even though there were a couple wet spots, so there were, little few melty places, but it was like, okay, well, not bad, but for the most part it was good. And now today, just going there again, I'm like, it's completely dry because it was so windy this morning. So even everything that was wet from where it melted, it all dried out. So everything is dry, which is so nice. So I appreciate that. I'm very happy. I appreciate the salt. I'm very happy about that. Very happy. It's been a good walk. Granted, yeah, it's supposed to get cold, a couple more days of cold, but then we're getting warm again. We're getting like into the 40s again for Christmas. So they say we're not going to have a white Christmas, but I guess I'll take the warmth. But in any case, yeah, I know we got more coming because again, it's winter, but I'll appreciate these days when I can. Saturday shopping. We got cookies with faces. I don't even know if you can see it or not, but look at it, sparkly. That's so cute. For happy birthday for this time. Snowman. Happy holidays. Looks like the gingerbread man. Walking out of the grocery store and we see this car parked next to us that has these magnets on it. Too cute. Saturday. Alright. We shopped at Walmart, got a lot of stuff there. It was very successful. It was not busy. Surprised, but then again we've gotten out early today. So that's good. And we just did our grocery shopping. Successful there. We got everything we needed. We might step to stop at Kohl's. We could pick up something there. We shall see. And then I have lunch with a friend, so that's part of it. We need to actually get home at a certain time today. We can't just lollygag for as long as we want. Not too bad out. It was starting to drizzle a little bit when we got out of Walmart, but now it's fine and dry again, so we'll see what the weather's gonna hold. Here's my friend's bag of goodies. So I have a cute little tin filled with some of the Christmas cookies. And then I got some chocolates for her. Maybe this I can show. Dun dun dun. I forgot to show all the stuff before I wrapped it. So I bought some bite-sized Dubai. I thought Ashley probably hasn't tried that, so I'll have that for her. And then I bought this really cute candle, but I already have it all wrapped up inside the tissue, so I will put a picture in. And when I stopped at Frankie's, that's kind of what I was going there for, was a candle for her. It's like so perfectly her, with a wooden outside, and it's got nature on the inside, with like a pine cone and an orange slice and these berries. So I saw the picture online, so I will, like I said, find that picture and I'll put that in here. On my way out to lunch. Yay! Sun is shining. Not bad. It's 36 degrees. So I don't know. We got that little sprinkle this morning, and then that was it. That was over. So that's good. I prefer to drive in the dry weather. But I'm thinking, like, I don't know what I want to eat. Mom wanted dinner out last night. I was going to order out, so she wanted a poke bowl from Fresh Fin. We always like to eat there. It's good food. It's fresh food. And Wayne and I don't eat fish. And so when I am making meals to share and whatnot and stuff like that, I don't make a fish for her, and she likes fish. So the only time she gets it is when, like, we order out. So if she wants it at that point. So last time we ate there, I got her a salmon teriyaki bowl, and she really liked that. So that's what she wanted again this time. So she had that. I had the little kids bowl, which was chicken and rice and edamame and carrots. And that was like, that's a perfect size that I could eat, because there are other bowls, like normal size bowls, like I can only do half, which is fine too, because then you have 2 meals. But yeah, I had that bowl, and that was good. But now today I'm like, hadn't really eaten breakfast. We needed to get up early and shop, because if I wanted to shop with Wayne and then be home in time for this lunch, I was like, all right, we need to get up and out. So an alarm went off this morning. Wayne was actually still in bed, which was surprising. 7 a.m. And I was just like, I just want to stay in bed. Maybe you can go shop by yourself. No, I got myself up. And it was good. Up and out early. Went to Walmart. Got a few items there. We got some distilled water and some wrapping paper and a few other things. So that went well. It was successful shopping. What else? Got Wayne a new pair of jeans. Told him, like, I would buy you a pair of, pants for Christmas, because he's saying, like, his jeans have been getting, they're tight on him. And I'm like, I don't know if we could go up another size, if that's going to be too big, if it's whatever. So then while we were there, he tried a bigger size on, and it was like, nope, that was too big. So he just just got a regular size pair of jeans, and we're hoping that those will fit just fine. Maybe his other ones have just shrunk with all the washing or something. So that was good. And then it was funny on the way out of Walmart, because obviously we had the wrapping paper that wasn't in a bag, and we had the distilled water wasn't in a bag, and a couple other items that were big. And so the door guy kind of stopped us to check our receipt, and it was very friendly. I don't know, maybe he just wanted to talk too, because he was all like, "You look," I don't know what he told me. "You look friendly," or "You look something." I'm like, "Okay, yeah." And Wayne says, "Yeah, she's got that effect about her." And he said, "So I have a question for you." He goes, what is the biggest, meanest fish you know of?" And I'm like, "The biggest, meanest fish?" I'm like a, oh my gosh, a shark. It's not really a fish. And I'm like, I'm trying to think. Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing is where I learned like most of my fish names, of which I've forgotten because I haven't played that in so long. And I'm like an ocean sunfish, which is, it's a huge fish, but it's not mean, it doesn't look mean. And he's like, "No, really big." I asked Wayne, "What do you think?" He's like, "I don't like a blue whale type." Whatever. He's like, "Oh, final answer." He's like, "No, like a shellfish." And I'm like, "Oh, ha ha ha," like a dad joke. So that was kind of funny. And then he told us another joke, which I didn't know that one either. It was fun. I can't think of what it was. We'll see if I remember. I'll let you know. And then he goes, "Do you golf?" And I said, "Well, no, not anymore." Because he asked something like, "Do you hunt?" And he was, "No." He's like, "Or fish?" "No, golf." And he was like, "No." I said, "Well, he used to." He's like, "Oh, you used to golf." He's okay. "Why do golfers wear 2 pair of pants?" I'm like, that one I knew. That one I was like, but Wayne's like, "I don't know." And so he goes, "Well, because they get a hole in one." And I was like, yeah, that one I knew, but it was okay. But it was funny. It was keeping us there to talk, tell us his jokes, but we appreciated it. It was good. As Wayne says, like that, it's a perfect person to have as your door person. That's friendly and wants to joke around, is in a good mood. So that was cute. And when we saw shovels there, I looked at the shovel. They had this very pretty red shovel, and I'm like, oh, except it had that metal edge on it and stuff. And it was like, well, that's more of a heavy duty one. And I'm like, I want a more plain one, because although I like that shovel for me and for our house and all that or whatever, but it's so noisy that I'm like, oof, I'm like, nah, for Mom, I'm like, it is the regular simple shovel. So Wayne's gonna go out shopping yet this afternoon, so he can find a few more items that we were thinking of. So I made a list for him. These are some things, and we're both thinking about where we could pick up a couple things. We came up, of course, 5 days before Christmas, and now Cassie mentioned something about her gloves are kind of fraying and stuff. So she likes her gloves, but something. Oh, we could get new gloves for her, and she's like, has to wear the ankle with the longer socks that cover her ankle. And she had one out today that had, oh goodness gracious, I forgot what it was, but it wasn't Christmassy. It was more of a summer sock. And I was like, oh, you don't have a Christmas sock? And she goes, no, Ma, I don't have those. She's got her ankle socks. She has some, and they're more fun and whatever. But are you gonna go out, honey? Okay, go. She doesn't have like longer Christmas socks. She only has, I think she said she only has like 3 pair of longer socks. So we were kind of looking for those today then too, and weren't finding any. So they're too, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, now I have all these ideas of things to buy and what to get, but we shall see if we can find anything. Let's see if I can find parking. Is there too much snow? Oh, I can park on the other side. Or can I? Not with my big van. Maybe. Park here. I like my van, but they're too, for me, I like easy out. Like where I park, which sometimes my family laughs at me. I'm like, yeah, well, I park where I can have it easy out as opposed to just easy in and close. Alrighty, all parked up. I didn't like the other spot. That wasn't enough room. Even though we had all that rain and it melted all the snow, it didn't melt enough here in the parking lot that it's like, I just need a little more room. So drove around, found a spot. I even got to pull through because there were 2 open spots. I love it, so I can now pull out when I need. So that's good. And I'm parked next to another cute car. Let me show you this one. Got a smiley face on her gas cap, and then Snoopy, don't worry, be happy, be kind. Very nice. Anyways, so yeah, Walmart was successful shopping, and we were in early, so they weren't too busy, which was very nice. So it was good that we got out of the house early. And then we got to Pick and Save. They were a little busier, which was interesting for being earlier in the morning. When we're there a little bit later, they're kind of about that busy, and they were saying they were a little bit busier when we checked out the cashiers. I asked them, I'm like, are you guys kind of a little busier today than usual? She said, yeah, for this early. And so, yeah, it seemed a little busier. But that went well. We got what we needed. And we still had time. And so I said, let's pop into Kohl's for a moment and check out some items there. And we did. And I found myself a watch that I'm kind of like, oh, okay. When Mandy graduated high school, my mom told her, like, oh, what would you like for a graduation gift? Whatever, and she wanted a watch. And so we went to Kohl's, and at that point in time, they had a like a high-end jewelry counter, and they had watches inside the cases. And so she found a very nice watch, and it was perfect. And I'm like, oh, I like that watch. I want one. I probably had a watch that was working at that point in time, and then a little while later, like, my watch went kaput, and I really haven't had a watch in a long time. And it's so funny because, ingrained, I've worn a watch since I was a child, and I'm always like, at different points in time, going, I wonder what time it is, and my immediate reaction is, oh, check the watch. I'm like, I haven't worn a watch in years. I'm like, but yet I still want to go, oh. I'm like, no, okay, well, let me pull out my phone and see what time it is, which is nice that I have that option, but I like a watch. So finally, as we were kind of looking around, I was thinking too, I'm like, oh, maybe find like a snowflake ring, or like a snowman ring, or something like kind of winter themed, as opposed to my regular rings, which are fine, but it's always kind of cute to have something themed. And so I was glancing at the jewelry they have now. So when Sephora moved into Kohl's, they closed down all their high-end jewelry counters. Because I found a couple of rings there and all that too, of the different stones, like citrine or emerald or things like that. But anyways, yeah, when Sephora moved in, they took that whole space and they made it for Sephora. And now they only have costume jewelry. And so they have a couple tables set up and all that with different things, which are, a lot of cute stuff too. But so again, we found the watch. And it, it looked like, it was going to be a good watch. We kind of were able to get it even out of the case. I tried it on my wrist. It was a tad big. And I'm like, oh, we'll just take out a link or two. It should be fine. So we get home, and Wayne's all like, well, do you want to wear that now? Should I try to, get it fixed for you? And I was like, oh, sure. So he sits down, at his desk with the light on and gets the watch, and he's like trying to figure it out and trying to figure out how to get a link out. He gets our teeny tiny screwdrivers, and he's trying to poke out the pin, and it's not working. And he's using like the smallest ones that we have. And then he's like, there are arrows pointed on here, like as to which way like the pin should come out or whatever. And I don't know. He's trying to staple. It was almost like that small, and he was trying to poke it out, and that wasn't happening. He's like, I don't have anything smaller. He goes, maybe Cassie might, being at the eyeglass place, they have all different kinds of screwdrivers, so they might have something smaller. So we'll wait until she comes home and ask her. But so in the meantime, I don't have that, because I told him, like, that can be my Christmas present. And he's like, okay. I'm like, oh, I got a shovel this year. I got a watch. Like, I'm making out. And I said, here you go, because you have to putz with it, and you have to, make it work for me to do some work on it. And I said, that makes it, more of a Christmas present than just my, picking it out and us buying it, and then him going, here you go. So if it has, it takes a little bit of work. But anyways, that's all right. So yeah, I'm meeting up with my neighbor today, my old neighbor. I still miss her. Every time I hear the neighbor now, every time I hear the door close and this and that, there again, my immediate thought, because, she'd lived there for 25 years, but it was like, oh, my neighbor's home. And I was like, oh, no, she's not. She's not there anymore. Boo-hoo. But anyways, it's nice we get together every couple months and catch up. So again, it's been months. I don't know, maybe beginning of summer or something. she has a cottage up north, so she goes up north a lot, so the summers are usually full. And so then when she gets back, she contacted me and said, yeah, we need to get together for lunch. I'm like, yeah. And then in the meantime went by, and again, life happens. And so we finally picked a date. It was like, hey, it's December now, let's get together. So it'll be good. And like I said, we've eaten here before. I should have looked up last time we ate here to see, my video where I mentioned it and what I ate. Because today I'm like, I don't know, do I want pancakes? Do I want a waffle? Do I want French toast? Do I want a sandwich? Do I want breakfast, lunch? I don't know. It's good food, but it's a matter of what I'm hungry for. And I had the drink before. There's a special drink. It's like a purple, I don't know if it's like a lavender type of a drink or something. And I know I had that. I'm pretty sure I had that last time I was here. And it was like, it was okay. So that's why I thought too. I'm like, oh, I should have looked at my video. What did I think of that drink? Do I want to try it again? Do I want it again? But anyways, yeah, I didn't have breakfast this morning because we left late, and then at the store I bought some croissants, like a 4-pack of those. See, sometimes Cassie eats those too, but I'm like, okay, so I had one of those in the car as we were traveling around. So that's all I've had. So we shall see. Like, I'm more again in the mood for, I don't know, vegetables, fruits, more real foodie stuff instead of carbs. But I still may end up with a sandwich or something. We shall see. I'll let you know.